Hey everyone. Okay, in this video, we're going to be going over how to edit the Giving Tree landing page through WordPress. So once you have access to the Giving Tree landing homepage and you type in admin, it should automatically take you to the WordPress page. Now, let's say that you're already on the Giving Tree landing site and you're logged into the admin WordPress account. Whenever you're on the Giving Tree landing page and you go to the pages that you have access to, this black banner will appear. Now, it'll only appear in the sections that you have been approved to edit. For me, as an example, I do not have access to edit the homepage, so that black banner has disappeared. But if I go to About or Learning Center, that black banner stays there, so I'm allowed to edit the page. All right, now let's go to the standard WordPress page, and I'm going to show you two locations that we're going to mainly be focusing on. The first is Pages, and the second is a tab within the Appearance page, which is called Menus. Let's go into Pages first. So Pages is the first action that needs to be done in order to create that page. And that's where you can see all pages for all tabs are archived in this location. If I go into the Giving Tree landing site, you'll notice that every single one of these is a page. Even though there are tabs here, if you can click into them, it means that it is a page. I'll show you an example where About is a page. Meet the Team is also a page, as well as each individual loan officer itself is a page. And you'll notice here that we have a page for About, we have a page for Alex, we have a page for Meet the Team. So again, in this location, every potential page will exist here. Now, the way to arrange it, the way that this is arranged, where it can go into tabs and subtabs, is to go to the Appearance menu section. So once you create a page, all those pages will exist here. You can either go view all, but by most recent, you can click it, click add to menu, and it will appear at the bottom here. All you have to do is move it into the location that you want. So let's take this for example, add to menu. It appears down here, and now I can move it anywhere that I want. Now you'll see that there's a tab for each of them. So within the About, all these are tabbed one space, the loan officers tabbed a second, and the loan officers themselves are tabbed a third. Now I can move this as freely as I want, and it'll adjust that menu layout. If I, for instance, put loan officers and moved it over to the left so that it's aligned up with this, and let's say I hit save menu, then naturally up here, loan officers will, instead of being a sub-tab, will instead be another option within this About menu. And so it's very easy to adjust and change. You just have to make sure to hit Save Menu to lock it in. Now, let's start from the beginning and pretend that we are creating a page. What you will tend to do is create a page on its own, or you can duplicate from an existing page. For example, let's say that within the Learning Center loan types, we want to create another loan type. Because the layout is already all set up for us, yes, we're going to have to change the information, but the template can be transferred over. And so what I tend to do is I use the duplicate page feature the most, and it ends up saving me a lot of time. However, if you do use this page, there are some things that you're going to have to look out for, and so I'll go over them right now. So let's just say I decide to duplicate a page, and I call this example loan. Now we're going to have to make sure we adjust this title, but the other most important thing is right here over at slug, we want to adjust the permalink. And usually you make it something that makes sense. So I'll just do example loan. And you'll notice that this link has changed to /example loan. If I go into every single one of these examples, DSCR has DSCR at the end. 1 year, 2 year, P&L, we're here, and so forth. So that's where that comes into play over here in the slug. Now to actually edit the page, you're going into Beaver Builder. So after you make those two adjustments, let's hit launch Beaver Builder. Now it shows you more of a design layout and a bit more free form where it's easier for a visual person. It is a little different from standard website building applications where instead of freely typing into here, you'll actually have to click into these boxes and it'll create a pop-up. And this is where you make all the edits within these boxes here. And so you have to ensure that you're hitting save for every single adjustment that you make, whether it's here, 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 and all of them. And so saving will only adjust this small portion that you edit. And in order to save the entire page, you have to come up here to the top right, click done, and press publish. And so just to reiterate, each box you have to press save. And to save the whole page, you have to press the top right corner done and publish. Now, one thing to notice when you're duplicating is links. Links, yes, will be duplicated as well, but it will direct it to the place you duplicated from. And that might sound confusing, so let me show you here. Let's say I go into loan types and I actually go to just to the loan type page and not each individual loan type. We can disregard this. Now, before there were only these three options, but I had to create all these, and so I duplicated them. But what I did when I duplicated them was I clicked here, which was a duplicated version, and I changed the text. I didn't know that there was actually a link as well. So you have to make sure that you adjust both, or else it will keep leading you to the wrong place. Another example I can show you is that when I was creating all these loan officer pages, let's just say I created all these by duplicating from Christine's loan officer page. Within this section here, yes, I did adjust Alex and I did adjust the phone number, but when I click this, you'll notice something else pops up. And this is the actual link that it's sending you to. So although I changed this phone number, within here, it was still Christine's phone number. And so even though people clicked on this, it would actually direct them to Christine's phone number. So just to reiterate, duplicating pages is a big help. However, whenever you duplicate pages, you have to ensure that the links are going to the right place. So in this video, we are only going to be focusing on how to create a page. And I gave you an example of how to create one from duplicating one, in addition to how to move that page, have it appear onto the website in the right location that you want, which would be within appearance and menus. You get that page and you would assign it into the location and order that you want. And that's all that we'll be going through in this video. Stay tuned for the next one.